The NRA is very apt to bring out a argument that, oh my goodness, if you've got to carry guns with you wherever you go so you can be safe. Oh my goodness, my husband thinks a lot of keeping me safe, and so I always carry this revolver around all the time. There's an occurrence. It was sickening, and it happened just down the road from me in my old stomping grounds where I went to high school. And I don't live very far from where I used to go to high school. Lived on the East Coast, on the West Coast, and then came back to the Midwest. What happened was an 18-year-old who worked at a motel got his 16-year-old girlfriend into this plot. He worked at the motel, and he knew that this one person who was staying at the motel had 3 or 4 handguns with him. And so the 18-year-old decided that he would get his girlfriend, his 16-year-old girlfriend, in on the plot, thinking she's a juvenile, it won't be a problem for her. He gives the juvenile a gun, and then they set it up between them to go and rob the man who's staying at the motel. Well, you can imagine where this is going. The 16-year-old has never handled a gun before. She goes into the room and points the gun that was given to her at the guy and says, "Lay down on the floor. I want your pistols." And the guy starts to lay down on the floor and then pulls out his gun and kills the woman. Nobody blames him. No, obviously the police are saying, look, and everybody's saying, and I would say too, look, the guy was being threatened with a gun and he defended himself and his life was at risk. And so he killed this 17-year-old. But honestly, it's sickening all the way around. The 18-year-old never touched a gun. Who knows what his penalty will be, but whatever it is, he did not touch a firearm in the commission of this crime. The 16 or 17-year-old, she's gone, so she can't be prosecuted. And there's really no one to take the blame for any of this going on. Although you would hope that the man who worked at the motel would pay a heavy price. But here's my point. If you take the guns away from that entire story, everyone is still alive and breathing. Will it bother the man who killed the 16-year-old girl? I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe not. It would probably stick in our gut, and your and my gut as just bozo people. I don't know if it's going to bother him, but say for a normal person it would, and he's going to have to, carry that. As legally justified as he is, he's still going to carry the death of that 16-year-old girl with him. If the guns had not been there, this entire episode would not have happened. The way, every statistic agrees, the way to keep people safe is to reduce the number of guns.